Hey everyone, hope you had a really good week. Hope you managed to get out on your bikes and have a good time. This week, I've got another video where I've gone out and I've ridden with the 360 camera. This time, I'm back out on the trials bike. I know a lot of you guys would like to see me riding trials, so I'm back out and I'm really curious to see whether or not I can get some really cool unseen angles while out street riding. Now I'm going to keep this intro really short because I'm sure you want to get to the riding, so sit back, enjoy, and then afterwards I'll explain why I've put music over it and my thoughts on some of the angles. So yeah, enjoy it. Well, there you go, guys. That's a little bit different from normal. I don't normally put music on, and I know that splits a lot of you guys. Some of you like the music, some of you like the raw clips, but with this one, I kind of felt my hands were a little bit tied. The audio on the camera was usable, but a little bit loud, but I'd thought it'd be best just to put all the clips in one go, put some music over it, and yeah, try and make it a little bit different. Song choice was a difficult one just because I'm very limited with where I can get my music. I use Epidemic Sound, which has a pretty good choice. The music I actually really like. I think that's a really cool song. Whether or not it matches the video as well as other types of music, I don't know. But for me, I think it works, and I hope you guys liked it as well. Now, as for the camera, I went out kind of not really expecting what to get. I didn't know whether any of these angles would work at all. I think they worked pretty well on the mountain bike, but I wanted to go out and get almost like a computer game, third-person view, looking from behind. And some of it worked and some of it didn't. And I think these angles will probably split you as well. I think some of you will really be keen on it, and I think some of you think it sucks or it gives you motion sickness. And to those who didn't like it, I apologize, but this is purely experimental. I wanted to go out and see if this worked. Now, most of the angles, I went out and I had this massive, great big pole with the camera on the end coming out the back of my helmet. And it's actually not as uncomfortable to wear as I thought. You know, I do have a lot of weight pulling back, so you have to do the straps up super tight, which kind of wants to choke you a little bit, but you know, it's pretty solid, but it's not overly solid. If I crashed, this would snap off. I don't think this would damage my neck too much. So yeah, don't worry about that. I think for the most part, this view looks pretty good. Sometimes I went out of screen if I went on my front wheel too much, but if you're on your back wheel or just riding along, it looks really cool. And I think it looks really cool for doing the spins as well. For a couple of clips, I did actually have it pointing forwards as well. And yeah, I'm not as keen on this view. It's quite cool to see what I'm doing with my body, but it kind of looks a little bit weird. Yeah, I think for some shots, it could be really cool, but in general, I prefer pointing at the back. And for a couple of shots, I actually just had the camera just on this tiny little tripod. And I think this is where this camera really comes into its own. If you're out riding on your own and you want to get a panning shot, often you have to shoot really wide and then crop in and then artificially pan in editing. Whereas with this, because it's filming everything, you can just put the camera down and then just choose where to look afterwards, and you get this actually really, really smooth, like professional looking, at least to me, pan shot. So that is where this camera is really good for it. I'd love to see what your thoughts are on this camera for the trials riding. Did you like these angles? Which one was the best one? Do you rather see these over the GoPro stuff? Personally, I don't think this beats the GoPro. I think the GoPro is a little bit easier to get the editing done with the audio linked up. I think this though is a great one to have in the toolkit just to get those different perspectives, and if you're out and you want to get the pan shot, this thing is absolutely ideal for it. But yeah, I think that's all I have to say on that. I really hope you guys liked this video. If you are in the UK, tomorrow, Saturday, I'm going to be down at Birmingham at the NEC for the Caravan Show. I'm going to be down there with Sunlight, so if you guys are around, I'm going to be doing a Q&A, some autographs, and there's even going to be some prizes to give out. So if you're around, I'd love it if you could come say hi. But if you're not going to come down, I really hope you have a good week, ride fluid, and I'll catch you next time. See you later, everyone.